This is a history we have gotten completely wrong for various and many reasons. Today, we are on the trail of a very queer Georgian indeed. This is the person that Edmund Burke referred to as the most extraordinary person of the age. I'm talking, of course, of the Chevalier Dion. The Chevalier, as you may know, was a soldier, a diplomat, and a spy, but more pressing than any of that during his lifetime and afterwards are questions surrounding his gender. You see, the Chevalier had pissed the French king off, and very soon after that, rumours started to circulate that the Chevalier was not male, but had been born female. So, when the Chevalier sought to return to France after a period of exile in England, the king said, yes, of course you can come back, but you have to reassume your female dress. Well, as you can imagine, the Chevalier was outraged and a little bit confused. He vehemently denied that he had been born female. This did not stop gossip spreading all over London, however. Wagers were placed on the true gender of the Chevalier Dion. Satirical images appeared all over England depicting the Chevalier as both male and female. The Chevalier was the talk of the town. Now, eventually, the Chevalier had no choice but to return to France, and he was forced to assume female clothing as the king had dictated. By now, however, her life is somewhat ruined. She is notorious. She can't be a diplomat, she can't be a spy, she can't be a soldier. She has been forced to wear a female dress, and this has now led to her notoriety across London. She is down and out. She has no money, she has no prospects. So what does she decide to do? She decides to capitalize on the confusion over her gender identity. Known as a world-famous fencer, she goes on fencing displays, even fencing in front of the Prince of Wales. Following a fencing injury, she falls on very hard times and is left living in penury when she moves from Soho to here. New Milman Street, or Milman Street as it's called now. And it was around here at 26 New Milman Street that the Chevalier Dion died in penury. The Georgian house no longer stands. It's been replaced by Victorian buildings and these modern flats. But this was the site on which the Chevalier's extraordinary life came to an end. However, if the Chevalier's gender identity was controversial during her life, we have not served her history well at all. This is a history we have gotten completely wrong for various and many reasons. But if you'd like to learn the true history of the Chevalier Dion, you can learn all about it in my new book, Queer Georgians, which is released on the 4th of September and the 7th of October in North America, where it's called Queer Enlightenments.